Stu Pearson was the second British soldier to step on a mine at the Kajaki Dam in Helmand Province that day in September 2006. He wouldn't be the last. By the time Stu and the rest of his 3 para-colleagues were winched out of the minefield, half a dozen men had suffered serious injuries. 3 soldiers had lost their legs, and 1, Corporal Mark Wright, had lost his life.
And the person you saw at the beginning of that extract, Stu Pearson, is here. Hello, Stu. Just tell us a bit more about what happened that day exactly.
Basically, I was trying to rescue a colleague who'd stood in a mine previous to the one I stood on. He was on his way to do a possible sniper shoot against the Taliban that he'd seen the night before, and on trying to rescue him and get him out, I subsequently stood in a mine and lost my left leg as well.
And we heard about the fatality there as well. I mean, terrible injuries. How do you feel about this being turned into a film? I
think it's a fantastic idea. I'm really looking forward to it, yeah. It's great.
What would you like the film to actually bring across? Because it sounds like horrendous conditions you were working in.
It brings out the bravery of everyone down there, not just myself and Mark and the other guys that get awards. Just everyone involved was really so brave, because we're all friends with each other, so we're looking out for each other. And obviously, Mark died. He knew. I mean, he knew he was dying that day. Definitely, when he got winched out, he knew he was dying.
And you almost lost your own life. What kept you going?
I think it was Mark kept on calling to me, kind of, because I was wanting to fall asleep, but I knew that if I fell asleep I wasn't waking up. Mark kept on calling out to me to basically to wake up as such. So, and I didn't realise the injuries he actually had himself.
The people behind the making of this film are very passionate about the reasons why they're making it. Let's hear now from the director, Paul Catus, about his reasons.
Push left, you see the broken down...
You have to ask yourself, why is it that we don't see British troops on screen? The Americans quite happily make war movies about their heroics, but we never seem to show our heroes. Did heroism die out in 1945? This modern generation needs some kind of representation on screen, and it's really important we get this made.
In fact, the commander of British forces at the time in Afghanistan, Brigadier Ed Butler, is behind this film as well. Do you sort of subscribe to the idea that the legacy of British involvement in Afghanistan should be remembered in this way in a feature film? Absolutely.
I mean, for myself and over 200 members of the armed forces, our lives have changed. As in over 200 of us have lost limbs. So our war is always going on. Where, although the troops are getting extracted next year, the war is over, but our war is ongoing forever, basically.
And money still needs to be raised to get this film actually in the cinemas, doesn't it? 1.2 million, I think.
That's correct, yeah.
But money that's 10% of the proceedings of the film will go to help military charities, and presumably for people like yourselves, that kind of help is crucial.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah, our old commanding officer, Stuart Tootle, he's overseeing the money that's going to the military charities once it's actually been released and is it's reached its target of how much it needs to make. So,
Stu, who do you want to play you?
Brad Pitt, I think.
We'll see if he's available. Stu Pearson, good to see you. Thank you very much. Cheers.